Some NBA teams had an amazing offseason, while some teams just ruined it for themselves. In today's video, I'm going to rank how every team did in this year's offseason. This does not mean the team is good or the team is bad. This is purely on offseason signings and departures. The ranking for every NBA team will come out later on. Starting with the Atlanta Hawks. They re-signed Jock Landale and CJ McCollum. And McCollum is an amazing re-sign because against the Knicks in that first round, he actually put up a fight. So a good deal for him. They added Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, Ryan Nembhard, and Devin Carter. All good players who still need to prove something. And they let go of Risa Shea. That could come back to haunt them, but I don't think it will. I like the Hawks offseason. I think all of these moves are sensible decisions. So overall, I'd give it a B. Nothing too crazy, but on the better side of teams. Next up, we got the Boston Celtics. They re-signed Ron Harper Jr., Jordan Walsh, and Neemias Queta all to multi-year deals, which I think were the right moves. They added Mike Conley, Mitchell Robinson, and Paul George, and let go of Jaylen Brown and Nikola Vucevic. As you guys all know, the Jaylen Brown-Paul George trade is horrible. I'm going to give that part a D, but I'm also going to give a D to the fact that they let Vucevic go for a veteran minimum. He's so much better than the minimum. The additions of Mike Conley and Mitchell Robinson are the only reason that their offseason will be graded as a C. After Boston, we got the Brooklyn Nets. They re-signed Josh Minott and Day'Ron Sharpe, added Keon Ellis, Julius Randle, and Moritz Wagner, and let go of Nick Claxton and Zaire Williams. I think these additions for Brooklyn were pretty good. Considering Randle had a negative trade value, they actually got draft assets for picking him up. Keon Ellis and Moritz Wagner are nice additions, and the departures of both Claxton and Williams won't hurt them much. Overall, this is also a B. Next up, we got the Hornets. They re-signed Kobe White, added Grayson Allen, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal, and Naz Reid, and let go of LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Josh Green. I don't get what Charlotte was trying to do here. They went from building a decently young roster with the big three of LaMelo, Knipple, and Brandon Miller to trading LaMelo, making their roster older and more win now, while having two young guys still. I would give this offseason a D for them. Next, we got the Chicago Bulls. They re-signed Zach Collins, added Nick Claxton and Norman Powell, and let go of Mohamedou Gueye, Colin Sexton, and Anthony Simons. I think the departures of Sexton and Simons were okay, as they added Norman Powell and drafted Caleb Wilson. So for now, this is a B, but it could drop to a C if Norman Powell doesn't play like how he was playing for the Heat, like a potential all-star. Next up, we got the Cavs. They re-signed Thomas Bryant and Donovan Mitchell, added Mario Hezonja, and let go of Keon Ellis, Dean Wade, and Larry Nance Jr. This wasn't the best offseason for Cleveland. They signed one person who hasn't played in the league in 5 years, let go of 3 of their players, 2 of them were getting rotational minutes, and re-signed Mitchell on an absurd contract. If Mitchell's contract was a little better, I would have gave it around a C. But because he's almost getting paid $70 million a year, this is going to be a D for Cleveland. Next up, the Mavs. They re-signed Moussa Cisse, added Santi Aldama, Tariq Biberovic, Zachary Risachet, and Marcus Sasser, and let go of Marvin Bagley, AJ Johnson, Chris Middleton, and Ryan Nembhard. I think this is right in between for Dallas. Not the best, not the worst. They got rid of Marvin Bagley, decent player. They brought in Risachet, decent player. So I'm just going to put it right down the middle. Let's see. The Nuggets. They re-signed Tyus Jones, added Marvin Bagley, and let go of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Spencer Jones. Right now it's at a C, but it could go up to a B if the Nuggets match OKC's offer sheet on Spencer Jones, and they have to do it by today. Otherwise, he's a Thunder. The Pistons. They re-signed Javonte Green and Kevin Huerter, added John Collins, Gary Harris, Isaiah Joe, and Taurean Prince, and let go of Tobias Harris, Karis LeVert, Marcus Sasser, and Isaiah Stewart. This is more of a C for Detroit, mainly because their defense deteriorated a little with the departures of both Isaiah Stewart and Marcus Sasser, but their shooting upgraded a little with the additions of both Taurean Prince and Isaiah Joe. So it's more of an upgrade, but it's still in the C area, a little more to the C+. The Warriors. This team went from trying to sign LeBron and could have been an A or even S offseason if they got him for a veteran minimum, to re-signing 4 of their players. One of them is already 40 years old, They added not a single person, no one, and let go of one of their only hopeful young guys, Quinton Post. This has to be an F for the Warriors. I mean, they're not really looking at anyone else in free agency, and it makes sense because they're paying Curry $62 million a year, and they're about to re-sign Draymond for $28 million a year. They just want to keep the duo of Curry and Draymond, but don't understand that they're ruining the team's future by doing so. The Rockets re-signed Isaiah Crawford, Tari Eason, and Jayshawn Tate, added Marcus Smart and Bogdan Bogdanovic, and let go of Dorian Finney-Smith and Josh Okogie. This was a decent offseason for Houston. Smart will be a nice addition to them, but they didn't get that score around KD like they needed to. Dorian Finney-Smith also had a negative trade value, and the Rockets had to give up a couple second-round picks to just get rid of him. Overall, it was an okay offseason for Houston. Their team probably got a little better, so a B minus-ish. But if they could have got a score around KD, it would have been an A. The Pacers re-signed no one, added Larry Nance Jr. and Kelly Oubre Jr., and let go of Micah Potter and Cam Jones. Kelly Oubre was a nice addition for Indiana, and those departures won't matter much. But because there wasn't that much where I can say it's a good offseason, I'm just going to put it on the higher side of a C tier. It's like C plus area. This team is going to look scary with Hallie and Zubac though, so getting a decent forward that can shoot like Oubre was a nice move. After that, we got the Clippers. They re-signed Jordan Miller and Kobe Sanders, added Grady Dick, Rui Hachimura, and Brandon Ingram, and let go of Bogdan Bogdanovic, John Collins, and Kawhi Leonard. This is going to be a tough season for LA. The Kawhi trade was good. They got a decent youngster, a nice scorer, 3 first-round picks, and 2 seconds. They added Rui on an amazing deal for around $14 million annually, and let go of John Collins. This is on the higher side of B for the Clippers, but it's still shocking that Kawhi is a Raptor for the second time in his career. And now for my favorite team, the Lakers. They re-signed Austin Reeves, added Quentin Grimes, Jaden Hardy, Walker Kessler, Kevon Looney, Sandro Mamukelashvili, Colin Sexton, Matisse Thybulle, and Zaire Williams. And they let go of DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, LeBron James, Luke Kennard, and Marcus Smart. As a Lakers fan, I admit, I'm worried for the Lakers. They just completely reshaped the roster, and who knows what chemistry issues this team could have. However, the ranking has to be a little high because they finally got a center in Walker Kessler. They signed rotation players like Colin Sexton, Quentin Grimes, and Sandro Mamukelashvili to multi-year deals, and got amazing defensive players in Matisse Thybulle and Zaire Williams. I would honestly go S, but because there have been no chemistry between any of these players, for now, I'll just put it at A.